have this great idea for a poem on procrastination. It's all about the things we intend to do for ourselves and for others, or just for the hell of it. And how we always find excuses to put off starting things because we want them to be perfect, or we can't find the time, or the energy, or the inclination, or the right mood, or motivation to start them or finish them. And how we feel guilty about all of this when we take the time to think about all the undone things in our lives, the projects, relationships, accomplishments, commitments, all those random acts of kindness and attention that we intend to do someday, sometime, for somebody. I'll send you a copy as soon as I write it down. Really, I will. I promise. Some of these I think are older than some of you in here. But anyway. This is written in '94. I witnessed a fire when putting out a house fire. And I wrote down a bunch of little images as I saw them, and then I created this thing by cramming words together. I think E.E. Cummings did a lot of that. This is not E.E. Cummings. Anyway, it's called House Fire. Gleaming yellow chrome pumper, park angles across shiny strobe-wet street. Dirty canvas hose tentacles throb from yellow hydrant into firefighter arms that struggle aim whitewater stream onto weather white siding as orange tongues lick inky black smoke clouds. Noisy steam erupts into char scatters onto soggy lawn below. Heavy footsteps within accompany wood crack, glass shatter sounds of fire axe seeking hidden sparks. Anxious-faced neighbor crowd surrounds busy spectacle from curbside corners, buzzing with witness words. One up, here first, saw most gossip. Could have been worse. Could have been us, talk. Two tear-stained kid faces emerge from ambulance, push through stranger crowd, terror eyes seeking mom safety hugs. Live camera makeup media jockey for video angle interviews, fully involved, suspicious origin, total loss. Black-clad firefighter removes heavy hat canvas coat, revealing red suspender mustache, kneels into hose coupling leak stream, bathing curly matte sweat brow and forgiving cool. Upstairs window, shatter scatters outward, spilling family life stuff for stranger eyes. Charred blanket, broken bookcase, splash thump onto mud yard. Tennis shoe puddle splashes into gutter stream. Water floats slowly to sewer corner and is gone. This one is very timely. It's called Halloween. It was All Hallows Eve. Throughout the town, all manner of creatures was stirring around. The bats were not hanging in their usual place, but instead were all flying up into the face of the man in the moon, who shone from above with quicksilver beams that spoke nothing of love. The rats, they did scurry down stony step stairs to dank dungeon cellars that late were the lairs of werewolves and vampires, goblins and ghouls, mummies and zombies that soon would chase fools who were silly enough to be out on this night, all begging for candy and causing some fright to parents and neighbors as they ventured around collecting their treats, but not hearing the sound of bony branched oak trees that rattled and shook when battered by breezes from cold flowing brook. It coursed through the graveyard where dark deadly forms lay hidden in coffins, devoured by worms that ate through the brains of their late earthly hosts, till skeletal sepulchres gave up the ghost to the devilish dancers which now gathered round the bonfire, burning on newly dug ground, the spot where a burial had just taken place, as mortals here gathered, all solemn of face, and tried to put down to eternal rest the corpse of a loved one who'd ended his quest. The hot conflagration revealed to the stones a specter of witches, harpies and crones, gremlins and demons, phantoms and trolls, incubus, succubus, all without souls, while spark-laden flames leaped into the sky, bearing inky black fumes of the dead who don't die. It spread through the trees till it covered the ground with greasy dark clouds like a sorcerer's gown. It blotted out starlight, moonlight, and more as it brought them all closer to Stygian shore, where oily black breakers crashed down on bleak rocks, dashing the hopes of such innocent flocks as those plastic-faced creatures who parade through the streets each Hallows Eve, just looking for treats. The innocent offspring of good Christian folk who laugh and cavort in their well-meaning joke intended to fly in the face of their fears, the fear of their dying, the passing of years, the slipping away of their bodies unsound, till we all settle down in that hole in the ground where microbe and mold begin to erase the last little vestige, the last mortal trace of that life which we lived and feared to let go till it wrenched from our grasp and ended the flow of blood in our veins and thoughts of control over time, over death, over love, over soul. So we best form a truce with our faults and our fears, for we have but one lifetime to grind into tears or to touch other lives in a kind, gentle way, so that when we are over and gone, some will say we were loved, we are missed, they remember us well. Or we'll enter our graves doomed to that hell which rises each autumn when leaves turn to gold, forbidding its captives to peacefully mold, but instead to inhabit that eternal wake where goblet and pool must forever take an unending journey that night of the year, to torment all mortals with odious fear of death and of dying and being forgotten when our bodies are dead, buried and rotten.